Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Motordrome Speedway. This evening, Napa Auto Parts presents the Napa 100 for the Mid-Atlantic Asphalt Racing Alliance Super Late Models. For our opening ceremonies, we ask that each and every one of you please rise from your seats, and gentlemen, remove your caps. If you are moving around the Speedway grounds, we ask that you pause with us momentarily for an invocation to be delivered tonight from Valerie from the New Stanton United Methodist Church and the singing of our national anthem by Amanda Emery. At this time, we turn the microphone over to Valerie from the New Stanton United Methodist Church.
Let us pray. Our gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this wonderful evening, for the cool breeze, and for all you've given us. Lord, we thank you for this country with all the gifts that are here. We thank you, Lord, for the men and women who serve our country, and we ask you to bless them, Lord, and that they'd be able to keep us a free country. We thank you for this evening and the races tonight, Father. We ask your blessing upon each man and woman and all the pit crews, Lord, that you would keep them safe. We ask safe travels for each person here, that they would make it home safely and an enjoyable evening. We ask your blessing upon each and every one, and we thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Amanda Emery.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you to Valerie from the New Stanton United Methodist Church and Amanda Emery for performing our national anthem. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Napa Auto Parts Stores present the Napa Auto Parts 100 for MAARA Super Late Models. And heat race number 1, 10 laps in distance. The first of the preliminaries to help determine the starting order for tonight's Crown Jewel event. Dusty roads outside, three-time champion Rick Miller. And then Jimmy Weller III, the front two rows, green flag is out, 10 laps the distance. John Messenger in car 51, the Kelly Hardwoods Auto Trim of Clarksburg entry. Out to an early lead with Dusty Rhodes in the 23 in the outside lane. Here comes the Dunbar Dominator, Rick Miller in car 21. Contact out of turn 4 and nearly a dead heat in the battle for second. Leading lap 1, problems with Gregory Kelly in the 44 and Jimmy Weller's 23 car. Caution flag will wave. There is fluid on the speedway. Tough break. The 44 of Gregory Kelly has had an outstanding couple of weeks of competition here at Motordrome. He's a sophomore driver from Connellsville in car 44, and the last 2 weeks he has been a contender for feature victories. Hard luck continues for the 23 of Jimmy Weller III. He has suffered several crashes this season, not of his own making. Weller, a loyal follower of the Mara series as well, trying to pull away from the scene of this incident, but Those slick tires unable to gain traction in the wet grass to the apron. Dusty Rhodes the 23, Tommy Beck in 60, Will Thomas in 9, Glenn Galt Jr. 32. Green flag is out. Change of lead in turn 1 and 3 wide in turn 2 as Dusty Rhodes falls back through the field. Rick Miller, the new leader. Miller with 1 heat race win this season at Motordrome in car 21. Tommy Beck up to the 2nd spot in car 60. Beck diving to the inside, working lap number 2 of 10. Last week's apparent winner, Beck, crossed the finish line first but was disqualified for an illegal suspension part. Now the Vince Motorsports 60 takes the top spot from the Dunbar Dominator. Side by side for 3rd, Will Thomas, the Colonial Metal Products PI and I number 9 car. Challenging John Messenger to the outside, and Thomas started deep in this field, works his way up to 3rd. Heat race starting positions are determined by random draw, and Thomas works his way into 3rd now behind Rick Miller in 2nd, and leader Tommy Beck working lap 4 of 10. Lead advantage for Tommy Beck, about 3 car lengths over Rick Miller. Crossed flags indicate halfway through this first heat race. Tommy Beck in the stands, Transmission's number 60 car. Started racing modifieds here at Motordrome as a teenager and won the biggest event ever held for modifieds in Western Pennsylvania asphalt racing. He now leads 3-time track champion Rick Miller. Will Thomas in 3rd, John Messenger in 4th will now feel the pressure of Glenn Galt Jr. Galt in car 32, the Snow King aluminum roof systems number 32 Ford, a 2 series winner. He has gone to victory lane with the ASA series and the Mara Championship Tour. In turn 1, Galt looks to the inside. Messenger has the 51 car planted firmly on the bottom. Light contact down the back straight. Galt Jr., who led several laps of a feature event just a few weeks ago here at Motordrome, taking away 4th position. Leaders strung out around the speedway. Murraysville, Pennsylvania's Tommy Beck, the leader. Dunbar, Pennsylvania's Rick Miller in 2nd. Sharpsville, PA's Will Thomas in 3rd, and Hubbard, Ohio's Glenn Galt 4th. In 5th with the wave of the white flag is Clarksburg, West Virginia's John Messenger. The final time around the speedway. One of the fastest cars at Motordrome Speedway in recent weeks. Despite electrical problems under the hood, the Vince Motorsports number 60 of Tommy Beck will take another checkered flag. Rick Miller finishing 2nd, Will Thomas 3rd, Glenn Galt Jr. 4th, and John Messenger completing the top 5. 2007. And Bill Catania, the veteran, driving car number 18, the direct buy entry, as the green flag waves for 10 laps with the Napa NASCAR Super Late Model. Steve Black out to an early lead. Black in the Penn West Toyota Lift number 1 Toyota, trying to fend off the points leader, but Bobby Henry dives to the inside. Winner of the first Mara Championship race here in 2007, Bobby Henry, leading lap number 1. Steve Black in 2nd, T.J. Johnson in the 3rd spot. Johnson, a top runner at the Holland Speedway. We've got a spin. McClurg spins out of turn number 2 on the back straight. The 20 of John McClurg in his first Motordrome start. He pulls away from the incident. We will not need a caution flag. Working lap number 2, Bobby Henry out to a big lead now. 2nd position has changed hands as T.J. Johnson takes a spot away from Steve Black's number 1 car. Behind the battle for 2nd, Andrew Wiley in the 84 car. The 84 Lumber McDonald's entry gets a little loose on the back straight, opens up the door for Matt Barnes. Barnes all the way from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania in car 55. A loyal Mara Series traveler, challenging to the inside of Wiley's Ford. Working lap number 4 of 10, and Matt Barnes in the 55 car. Nearly completes the pass and down the back straight, takes control of 4th position. Crossed flags this time for leader Bobby Henry. The Stone & Company Lint Flooring Ford number 11. Henry not only a dominant heat race winner this season, but a 3-time feature winner in the quest for his first Motordrome Track Championship. Into the second position with only 3 career starts at Motordrome Speedway, the Metro Bank 99 of TJ Johnson, the New York Invader, outrunning former Truck Division ace Steve Black in the 3rd position. Matt Barnt is 4th, and he has pulled away from Andrew Wiley's 84 car. Wiley now feels the pressure of Sean Pilla in car 5. Pilla is having a career season here at Motordrome Speedway with 6 heat race victories in car 5. He now takes that spot away from Wiley and sees his number on the scoreboard in 5th. But Pilla nearly destroyed that car in a devastating crash a couple weeks ago. And with 2 laps to go, he cracks the top 5 as the racers are strung out around the speedway. Bobby Henry, the race leader, in car 11. White flag waving this time for the former dirt track champion at Motordrome Speedway. He dominated the limited late models in the 1980s prior to the NASCAR era of Motordrome Speedway. And now out in front for a Mara Championship Series heat race win out of turn number 4. The Stone & Company number 11 of Bobby Henry takes the checkered flag as Motordrome points leader. TJ Johnson comes home in the 2nd spot. Steve Black in 3rd. Followed by Barnt and Pilla, 4th and 5th. Bhajana from Monongahela. 15 is Todd Price from Alum Bank, Pennsylvania. 10 laps the distance, green flag waves. Mark Catone gets a jump in car 31. A battle of Motordrome Track champions in row number 1. Gary Wiltrout, the 2002 Super Late Model champion. Mark Catone, the 1995 and 2001 champ, is out in front. Neil Brown rides 3rd, twice a winner in 2007 in the 98 car. Three cars breaking away from the rest of the pack. In 4th, it's Kyle Martell in the 59, trying to hold off the 69 of Dave Merrow. But up front, Mark Catone leads the way. The Al's Construction number 31 car. Catone, a veteran of Iceman Series competition and ARCA Pro 4 racing, holding the outside lane, nearly making contact with Wiltrout in the Stone & Company 95 Ford. Wiltrout with 3 victories on the season. His team, the Palagruno Motorsports effort, with 6 combined wins between himself and points leader Bobby Henry. And Wiltrout looking for a way around Mark Catone. Catone, the 2-time champ, has not taken a checkered flag at Motordrome yet this season. Working lap number 4 of 10, trying for a first heat race win. Neil Brown in the 98 has caught up to that group. Brown, a teammate for the first time this year to Sean Pilla. Kyle Martell in car 59 is 4th. George Scora, the 3rd, is 5th. Working lap number 6 of 10, Kyle Martell trying the outside lane to reel in the top 3 cars. The 59 of Martell, a legacy car graduate all the way from Lebanon, Pennsylvania, moving to the outside of Neil Brown. This his 2nd start of the year at Motordrome. Kyle Martell with an impressive outside groove attack, taking away 3rd position and closing in on the duo of track champions that have led the way since the start. Martell pulling to the out of Gary Wiltrout now. 2 laps to go as Mark Catone continues to lead. Mark Catone out in front, and look at this side by side in the battle for 2nd. Using only the outside lane to pass race cars. Kyle Martell started deep in the field, and Catone gets sideways. 3 wide on the front is the battle for the lead. Martell up to the top position on the final lap. Catone with 1 mistake is back to 3rd now. Gary Wiltrout up to 2nd. Heated action for the Mara Series heat race win. In preparation for tonight's Napa Auto Parts 100, Kyle Martell will take the checkered flag with an impressive run. One of of your adult general admission ticket stubs becomes a gift certificate good for a free 6-inch meatball sub courtesy of Subway restaurants. Green flag is out, and the Costa Construction, number 50 of Tony Manganello, out in front. Jason Holder in the 74 will challenge. Here comes points leader Adam Kostelnik. Door to door in the battle for second, Kostelnik and Holder. And on lap 1, Kostelnik advances to the runner-up spot behind the 50 of Tony Manganello and quickly takes the lead as Manganello was not up to full speed on the front straight. The whole field will pass him by. Manganello, in his first full season of Motordrome Street Stock competition, falls to the tail of the field after leading lap number 1. Adam Kostelnik in the 05, your current points leader, now out in front of Jason Holder. Bill Henry, last week's winner of the special event, in third. If he goes to victory lane tonight, we're all going to eat free 6-inch meatball subs courtesy of Subway. We'll tell you which participating locations will honor that ticket stub here momentarily as Adam Kostelnik in the 05 continues out in front. Adam Kostelnik, your leader, trying to make history and become the first driver to win 2 track championships in a single season here at Motordrome Speedway. He leads the points chase in the Lincoln Welders open wheel modifieds. He also leads the points in the Subway street stocks. In second, it's Jason Holder in the 74. Bill Henry in the 64 is third. Challenge at the back of the field for fourth. It's Tony Manganello, the early race leader in car 50, trying to challenge the 41 of Curtis Stewart. Stewart is a veteran of competition here at Motordrome, both in the truck division and the Charger division in car 41. Now getting Subway street stock experience thanks to car owner Al Minjock. Adam Kostelnik, the race leader from East McKeesport, Pennsylvania, in the Folkmeyer Racing 05 car, sponsored by Stan's Transmissions and AK Chassis. That machine, one of several Subway street stock cars built by Adam and his younger brother, Andrew Kostelnik. Without championship points on the line here tonight, Adam Kostelnik racing only for a victory. He's got 5 of them already in the Subway street stock division. Oh, we've got problems at the back of the field. Tony Manganello is crossed up with the 41 of Curtis Stewart. A heated fight for 4th position. And both drivers continue. The green flag stays out on the speedway. Just as we play the Subway Street Stock Challenge each week, we also play the... Oh, we got a big problem. Hard into the 4th turn wall goes Stewart, the 41. He stays on the gas pedal. And that Ford Taurus-bodied machine just took a wallop of a punch. We're going to wave the caution flag and check the track for debris as Stewart, with one of the hardest hits to the concrete we've seen all season in the Subway Street Stocks. Green flag back out, 11 laps remaining in the Subway Street Stock 20 lap feature. Adam Kostelnik, the leader over Jason Holder. Bill Henry, last week's feature winner, the Subway Challenge driver of the night in car 64 is third, then Tony Manganello. With points not being awarded tonight in our divisions, some of the drivers using this as an opportunity to take an evening off and repair their racing machines when the championship battle resumes next week. Kostelnik, the leader over Holder, just past the halfway point, now working lap 11 of 20 for the Subway street stocks. Next up will be the Lincoln Welders modified 20-lap feature, so the driver of the 05 car doing double duty in back-to-back 20-lap events. No matter how this one ends, Adam Kostelnik, your leader, will jump into the Viglione Racing number 60 modified. Eight laps remaining. Jason Holder in second position. Holder has multiple feature wins here at the Motordrome Speedway. He has won at the Jennerstown Speedway this season, but in 2007, Jason Holder in the 74 has not yet found victory lane here at Motordrome. In third spot, Bill Henry in car 64. Last week's feature win for Henry, a career first in the biggest event of 2007 for the Subway Street Stocks. Tony Manganello in fourth. Not exactly a rookie, as he raced the entire season last year at Jennerstown Speedway, raced only occasionally here at Motordrome, but putting in his first full season of Motordrome competition in car 50, and boy did he dodge a bullet earlier as the 41 car of Curtis Stewart was aimed right for him. Signal given to leader Adam Kostelnik this time. 5 laps to go. Two cars pulling away from the Subway Challenge driver of the night. If you're a 6-inch meatball sub fan, you are not happy to see the distance between Bill Henry and the leaders with only 4 laps to go. In fact, Manganello may be challenging Henry for that third spot. Adam Kostelnik continues to lead over Jason Holder. Five-time winner Adam Kostelnik in the 05 driving the Folkmeyer Racing entry, having this event well in hand. Immediately after this feature event, drivers from the Mara Championship Series will be making their way behind the Serini Harley-Davidson main grandstand for an autograph session. As the third position has changed hands on lap 18, Tony Manganello in the 50 car from Clairton, Pennsylvania, the Costa Home Builders machine, taking a position away from the Advance Auto Parts 64 of Bill Henry. White flag in the air for Adam Kostelnik. Final time around the Motordrome half mile. 5 times a feature winner already this season. Ahead in the championship points chase in 2 divisions. Bringing the 05 out of turn number 4 to see the checkered flag. It's Adam Kostelnik getting the win over Jason Holder, Tony Manganello, and Bill Henry. This will be a brief interview as he has to jump behind the wheel of the modified car. Hey Adam, all these feature victories, question on everybody's mind, when will Adam Kostelnik be in a Napa NASCAR super late model?
That's going to be a while. Unless someone gives me a lot of money, because it's got to be my deal. And like I said, I hate driving late models anyways. I have fun doing this stuff and modifieds. But just a shame that more people didn't come out tonight, you know what I mean? Like I said, thankfully a couple guys come out. Thank the fans for coming out. But like I said, I'm a racer, man. I come here to race whether it's snowing, raining, or no points, no money. I'd be here racing. And I'd like to thank the Miley family just putting it on. And he didn't even have to have us here, but he brought us here to support him, and I'm here to support him.
Well, I won't tell him that part about you being willing to race for no money, but I will give you a chance to thank all your sponsors for making this entry so fast.
Yeah, I got to thank Jeff and Donna Folkmeyer, they own it. Het Corporation, Stan's Transmission, Holly Bates Photos, Tedrick Financial Service, Dave Manns. Got to thank my brother, Josh Wetmore. I mean, they're my crew. John Kajava, Greg Praisner, Chucky Slate, Billy Haberjack. Can't forget Dave and Cindy Schlesinger. Without them, I wouldn't even have a place to work on nothing. And I'd like to thank Tube City Beer, because when I'm done with this modified race, I got a lot of drinking to do tonight. Thanks.
There he is, leading the championship chase in 2 divisions, Adam Kostelnik. And points leader, winner just a minute ago, Adam Kostelnik in car 60 from East McKeesport. Green flag is out, 20 laps for the Lincoln Welders Modifieds. Adam Kostelnik started scratching this event. He's challenging Huffman for second. The American Infidel t-shirt sponsored number 9 of Huffman, unable to thwart the advances of Kostelnik. Inside the NASCAR pavilion tonight, race fans, there is a TV monitor. So if you're headed down to the autograph session, you can keep an eye on the racing action on the track, as the cameras will be playing it for you on a monitor in the NASCAR pavilion as you wait in line for concessions or the autograph session. Meanwhile, Bo Glemba in car 99 is your leader, beginning to work lap number 3 of 20. Adam Kostelnik close on his heels in the second position. Huffman back to the third position now. Challenge for the lead on the back straight. Adam Kostelnik, the 5-time winner, looking to the inside of Bo Glemba's 99. By half a car length, the Glemba Asphalt 99 machine maintains the lead officially at the scoring line on lap 4. Kostelnik now with a full head of steam down the back straight. The Viglione Racing number 60. The Luzader Auto Service entry taking over the lead from Bo Glemba. Working lap number 5, the defending champion and points leader is out in front. It's Adam Kostelnik. Kostelnik out to a 7 or 8 car length advantage over Bo Glemba's 99. Kostelnik hoping to be the history-making driver to win 2 championships in 1 division. Bo Glemba second, Rick Huffman third, Chris Brink, the Glenn Campbell Gambler, in 4th as a rookie, and Mike Opolinski in his first start in the Jeff Giles modified number 50. Mike Opolinski purchasing that modified from the Giles Racing Team. Opolinski, a former crew member, and now racing here in the Lincoln Welders open wheel modified division, working lap number 7. Kostelnik still the leader. Halfway, crossed flags from the starter stand indicate 10 laps down and 10 to go for the Lincoln Welders Modifieds here on Napa Auto Parts Night. 20-lap feature, a non-points event this evening with the running of the Napa 100 coming up later tonight. East McKeesport's Adam Kostelnik has gone to victory lane already once tonight and driving the Bolin machine. Number 60 for Viglione Racing, he is out in front. Bo Glemba in car 99, the 3-time career feature winner here at Motordrome. Yet to visit victory lane in 2007, solidly in the top 5 of the championship points chase. Then the 9 of Rick Huffman running third. Huffman, the American Infidel t-shirt sponsored car, about to feel the pressure of Chris Brink. Brink, a modified rookie from Glen Campbell, Pennsylvania, on lap number 12, reeling in Huffman. We could have a battle here for the 4th spot on the speedway. Working lap 14 of 20. And Chris Brink in turn 2 goes to the outside. The Glenn Campbell Gambler, the rookie in car 3, told us each week he sets up only to use the outside lane. He said there's too many tough competitors running to the inside. If I'm going to learn how to drive an open wheel modified, I want to do it on the top. And with 5 laps to go, he has caught Jefferson Hills, Pennsylvania's Rick Huffman. Side by side, exiting turn number 2. They are wheel to wheel down the back straight. Brink in car 3 to the top. Rick Huffman on the bottom. Very close racing out of turn 4, nearly making contact. At the scoring line, officially by a bumper, Chris Brink will take over the 3rd spot on lap 16 of 20. Chris Brink, who shares his hometown with former Motordrome Speedway champion Steve Pellis, the retired former NASCAR champion. And Brink is now up to 3rd. Bo Glemba in car 99 is all by himself in 2nd position. In fact, he's alone on an entire straightaway as he makes his way to the back straight. Leader Adam Kostelnik in the 60 car. Moving around the Mike Opolinski number 50, as Opolinski's first start will find him going a lap down to the 3-time former champion. Viglione Motorsports in car number 60. Former driver Bobby Bentz handed the reins over to Adam Kostelnik, and it's been 3 consecutive Motordrome championships. Kostelnik hoping also this season to lock up the Subway Street Stock title, sees the white flag. Final lap around for the TCI, Luzader Auto Service number 60. He was 5 times a winner in each division coming into tonight's racing action. And now with a total of 12 wins in 2007, Adam Kostelnik takes another checkered flag, getting this win over the 99 of Bo Glemba, coming home in the 2nd spot. Rookie Chris Brink finishing in 3rd, and Rick Huffman placing in the 4th position. Well, Adam, these folks applauded for you not 15 minutes ago, and they're cheering for you again for a 2nd straight run. Daytime feature racing is a little different. You're used to coming out here for the night surface. Does that make the track feel any different?
No, yeah, it just loosens the course a little bit, but the big thing is, like I said, we just practiced, so the car, we just knew what to make. We didn't have to guess on the track, but we've been trying some crazy stuff on this car. Really ain't been working. We just went back to our basics and back to what we know, and like I said, we used the night as a test session, and we're ready to go for the rest of the year.
Now, you told me something in a radio interview a couple months ago about the work ethic of this Viglione racing team. You build the AK chassis, and I know you're all about speed and performance. These guys are a little bit about looks, too. As the fans can tell, they care about how this car looks and runs.
Yeah, like I said, every time a bumper gets bent or scratched, they're always fixing it. Where I'm not too keen to detail, but like I said, right now, Chris and Des Luzader, they're having their kid right now, and Harry and Buzzy just come out from the hospital to see me race. They're going to go. I guess I got to load everything up, but hats off to Des and Chris. Hopefully everything comes out all right, and yeah, I mean, maybe if I'm lucky, they'll name the kid after me.
There you go. How about a chance to thank all the sponsors on this machine?
Got to thank Harry Luzader, Buzzy and Donna Viglione, Joe Viglione, sister, George, Chris and Des, Luzader Auto Service, Bowling Machine, TCI Circlematic, Stan's Transmissions, Howie Bailey's Photography. Like I said, just thank the fans. Like I said, just a shame we couldn't see a better race with a little more cars come back next week, and you'll see some good racing.
There he is, a championship contender in 2 divisions, Adam Kostelnik.
You gotta have a good car. That's the first key to the whole thing. But you definitely have to. You gotta watch and pick your points of where you're gonna pass a guy and do certain things. You just gotta watch what you're doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, he knows how to watch what he's doing. A multiple-time Motordrome Speedway track champion, Richard Mitchell. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, guys. I hope everybody's having a good night.
Possibly see him out in competition next season. Meanwhile, we're underway with our 8-lap feature for the American Flyers division. The entry level of competition at Motordrome Speedway. Driver in 3rd position on the racetrack is a former champion. And the all-time leading winner, the 16, is Ed Deneen from Wilkinsburg. And he has quickly closed into the 95 of Tony Dukic. We got a spin on the back straight down to the apron. Jeff Halfhill in the 7 car, making his first career start in the Dodge Daytona that was driven by Jay Matthews. He pulls away from the scene of the incident. Back up front, we're working lap number 2 of 8. Paul Rosa, the early leader in the 6 car, and doing a great job up front. Ed Deneen in 3rd, trying to challenge Tony Dukic. Heated battle for the 2nd position that we're watching. Contact in turn 4. Dukic and Deneen making door-to-door contact, trying to trade the stickers on these machines. The American Flyers cars are 4-cylinder street passenger vehicles modified only for driver safety. These cars are automatic transmissions, an entry-level and affordable way for drivers to gain experience. Deneen trying to battle back now in turn 4, more paint being traded. These cars compete on street tires at an affordable cost, and it makes a great hobby as these racers are competing only for a trophy. There's no money on the line here. They race for love of the sport. And Paul Rosa's opening up a big lead in what could be a career first feature victory. Deneen now in second, Dukic in third. The 87 car making his second start. It's Dan Kovalant from Claysville, Pennsylvania. On lap 5, Kovalant in fourth and holding off the 9 of Cody Quarek. Quarek, who nearly won a feature just a couple weeks back, is a dirt track racer converted to pavement this season. And Quarek now in the fourth spot over Dan Kovalant of Claysville. Andy Giles is the points leader in the 0-5. We didn't get to introduce the starting field, but I do want to make mention of the popular Mary Catherine Shimko in car 44. We got a caution flag on the speedway. This season, she's 10th in the points this season. As the green flag waves, 2 laps to go, Paul Rosa looking for a career first win in the American Flyers. Rosa in the 6 and Deneen in 16. Looking to be a 2-horse race to the finish of the American Flyers feature here on Napa Auto Parts Night. White flag signals final lap. Dueling Cavaliers enter turn number 1. Last time around the Motordrome half mile. The 6 of Paul Rosa looking for a career first victory. Ed Deneen with 25 career victories in car 16. Headed out of turn 4, checkered flag is in the air. Career first win for Paul Rosa over Ed Deneen, Ken Dukic, Cody Quarek, and Dan Kovalant. Well, Paul, I'm going to ask you to tell the race fans a little bit about your career, how you got started in racing, and who built this number 6 machine for you to come out here tonight.
I got started in racing actually with Dave Merrow back probably 8 years ago, and just started helping them guys out, Adam Kostelnik and all them guys down at Dave Schlesinger's, and just started having fun with it. Frank Pagnato built the car. You know, he built it for his kid. His kid, you know, can't race yet, so you know, I got in it, got a free ride, and I'm enjoying every minute of it.
Now, just like the guy that we talked to in Victory Lane a minute ago, I see some similar sponsors, and I bet there's a relationship there with the AK Chassis gang at this point.
Oh, yes, I got to thank Adam. I don't know where to thank Adam. You know, he's my best friend. He's like the brother I never had. Me and him are real close, real tight.
How about a chance to thank all the sponsors on this ride?
Sure. AL Lolo Construction, Mad Max Graphics, CarQuest, Main Auto Paint, Stans Transmission, JPI, and I think that's about it. J-Band Tire. I really like to thank Bob Bentz, Jr. and Senior. They had a lot of help me getting in this car, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, he beat the best in the division for a first career win. It's Paul Rosa. One is Al Minjock from Elizabeth, PA. 15 laps the distance. Toyota pace car is off the racing surface. We're green, and the Yellow Book Chargers are up to full speed, 3 wide on the front straight briefly. Aaron Minjock in the Buick Regal, number 34, takes off to an early lead. Then he's got the Keller brothers right behind him, Tracy in the 1, and the 11 of Victor. The Kellers nearly door to door, and third spot, there's Denny Keller, the whole Keller family about to be separated by the 7 of Matt Gardner. Gardner from Ruffsdale, Pennsylvania, in car number 7, the Nowak Painting entry, led the point standings for much of the season. Now his teammate Jimmy Stokes has taken over command in the championship chase. Stokes in the 95 is right there with his teammate. The 11 of Victor Keller is surrounded by the MAG Racing team. Nearly going 3 wide on the back straightaway, while Aaron Minjock checks out on this field with a 10-car length lead. Matt Gardner is the meat of a Keller family sandwich. Tracy Keller hangs on to second. And door-to-door in the fight for third spot, Matt Gardner officially on lap 3 by just a bumper takes the spot away. There's contact as Gardner's teammate Jimmy Stokes gets into the 11 of Victor Keller. Stokes way off the pace. The points leader is slowing on the back straight with a flat tire. Jimmy Stokes of West Newton, the leading winner and points leader for the first time this week with a flat tire, and sideways Stokes heads to the pit area working lap 4. Door to door in the fight for second now. Stokes' teammate Matt Gardner in the 7. Pulling to the inside of Tracy Keller. We got a spin in turn 1. Al Minjock in the 41 car. Bringing out the caution flag on lap 4, and the only person this hurts is his brother, the leader, Aaron Minjock, who will lose his giant lead by virtue of a restart. So as we go back to green flag racing. Aaron Minjock's half straightaway advantage erased by a caution flag when his big brother Al spun in turn 1. Matt Gardner already passed Tracy Keller for second once. The pass did not count as it was not made official by completing the lap at the scoring line. He's door to door with the defending champ again. Gardner in car 7 by a full front fender takes over second position on lap 5. He will, oh, and we've got them hooked together. Gardner and Keller both into the wall. Unbelievable action as Matt Gardner stands to inherit the points lead with the flat tire of his teammate Jimmy Stokes. Now he and the 2006 Charger champion making hard outside wall contact in turn number 2. Keller now second, 13 Denny Keller in third, he's the cousin. 16 is Robbie Hott, 5 is Bill Oldham, green flag is out. Lucky thing for the MAG Racing team, there are no points on the line tonight. No points racing for the Yellow Book Chargers, so the MAG Racing team lucky with Matt Gardner in the pits and Stokes 2 laps down. Aaron Minjock, a winner last week. He is the only driver to repeat in victory lane this season besides Stokes. A number of drivers with 1 feature victory on the season. We see the 95 car making what appears to be a pass for position. Remember, he is 2 laps down. So Aaron Minjock leading the way in car 34. Next season, Aaron Minjock will be moving up to the Subway Street Stocks. He told us in victory lane last Friday. Then the 11 of Keller, the 13 of Keller, and the 95 of Stokes 2 laps down. Robbie Hott in the 16 car, actually in the 4th position, and Bill Oldham in car number 5 in position number 5. Jimmy Stokes may be unaware that he is 2 laps down. Looks like he's trying to fight for position with the 13 of Denny Keller. Jimmy Stokes in the 95 and the 13 of Denny Keller trading paint on the front straight. Not a position battle as it's Aaron Minjock out in front with 5 to go. Driver from Greenock, Pennsylvania is a graduate of the 4-cylinder American Flyers division. He's won in the Flyers, he's won in the Chargers, in fact, twice already in '07. It is fun to watch Jimmy Stokes and the 13 of Denny Keller, even though it's not a position battle. Sideways Stokes, who is currently the points leader in this division with no points awarded tonight. He's all over the back of the 13 car, and it's not even a position fight. Immediately after this feature event, we need the winners of the Toyota Ride and Drive Experience to report to the Flagman's Gate on the front straight. Signal given to Aaron Minjock, this time by the starter's stand, is a white flag to signal final lap. 2 consecutive victories about to be handed to the only driver of a Buick in the Yellow Book Charger division. About to move up into the Subway Street Stocks in 2008, he is closing a chapter of his career in the Chargers in winning fashion. For the 3rd time in 2007, Greenock, Pennsylvania's Aaron Minjock gets the win over the 11 of Denny Keller. The 13, that's the 11 of Victor Keller, the 13 of Denny Keller, then the 16 of Robbie Hott, and the 5 of Bill Oldham. Aaron, another Subway gift certificate for you, your 3rd win. Now, you told us last week you're moving up to the street stock division. Is it going to be tough to walk away from this car if it brings you another 5 or 6 wins this year?
I don't know if we'll get 5 or 6 wins. We're just happy to get any wins. But, yeah, we'll be up Jennerstown running it tomorrow night, so give it a little test run.
Oh, you're taking the street stock out this season already?
Yeah, might as well get practice in.
Any plans of doing double duty here at Motordrome for the rest of the year?
I don't know about that. They don't have enough trucks to haul 'em.
Now let's talk a little bit about that big lead you opened up. You were almost a full straightaway ahead of everybody in the field, and then you got a caution flag that was brought out by your own brother that wiped away your lead. Are you guys going to talk about that after the race?
Nah, we got nothing to talk about. The winds will cover that right up. It was a heartbreaker, though, seeing that caution come out.
And now a chance to thank your sponsors.
I want to thank Curtis Stewart. He's helped us a lot this year. Curry Agency, Butte Bevington, Slobber Chops, Solvay Plumbing, and my dad, and my brothers, and my mom. She's right there.
The whole gang is here to celebrate his 3rd victory of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Minjock. Atlantic Asphalt Racing Alliance Championship Series, Napa Auto Parts 100. Starting last in the field, a veteran campaigner of the old Pro Stock division here at the Motordrome Speedway, hailing from Monongahela, Pennsylvania, driving car number 00, ladies and gentlemen, Larry Bhajana. Next up, making his first career Motordrome Speedway start, a graduate of the Cup Lights division in the Empire State, driving the McClurg Auto Urban Inn, number 20, ladies and gentlemen, John McClurg. Up next, a regular competitor here at the Motordrome Speedway, driving the Mans family-owned 51 Motorsports car number 15, sponsored by the Frankie Day Oldies Show, the Mount Pleasant and Olympia Shop and Save D&D Office Plus machine from Alum Bank, Pennsylvania, Todd Price. Up next, the driver of the Direct by Ford, a veteran of dirt track competition and pavement late model racing. He gave away die-cast cars earlier tonight in our autograph session. Welcome back to Motordrome Speedway in car 18, Bill Catania. Up next, driving the Liberty Steel Products Ford number 23, the 2nd generation driver, another dirt track ace turned pavement late model specialist. From Hubbard, Ohio, in car 23, ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Weller III. Up next, a driver solidly in the top 5 of the Motordrome Speedway point standings. He was the truck division champion here at the Motordrome Speedway. He drives car number 69, the Cars by Dave Shairband Tire Machine. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Marrow. Up next, making his second start of the season here at Motordrome Speedway. The driver from Salzburg, Pennsylvania, a regular at the Jennerstown Speedway in the McDonald's 84 Lumber Ford number 84, Andrew Wiley. Up next, driving car number 23 in his first Motordrome Speedway start of the season. He's the defending limited late model champion at the Jennerstown Speedway from Jenners, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, Dusty Rhodes. Up next, a regular on the Mara Championship Series in the top 5 in the point standings, making his third career start at the Motordrome Speedway, driving the Southern Erie Construction Hothead Salon number 65 from Eden, New York, George Scora III. Up next, a driver with 6 heat race victories in 2007, marching on the quest to a career-first feature victory this season, driving the Nagy Sunoco Gas and Oil Products. Number 5, sponsored by Brooks Automotive Group, ladies and gentlemen, from Connellsville, Sean Pilla. Up next, a driver in the top 10 of the Motordrome Speedway point standings in spite of the hardest luck in his entire career this season, driving the Cochran Construction, Kelly Hardwood's Auto Trim of Clarksburg, number 51 from Clarksburg, West Virginia, John Messenger. And now in the 12th position by virtue of Mara Championship Series policy, winning in his last start on the Mara Tour, the driver of the Stone and Company, Lint Flooring, Megan Ford, number 11, current points leader at Motordrome Speedway from Connellsville, Pennsylvania, Bobby Henry. Henry will autograph Frisbee number 12 and toss it into the crowd as his Palagrudo Motorsports entry will line up on the outside of row 6. First driver to draw for the top 11 starting positions from Murraysville, Pennsylvania in the Vince Motorsports, Stans Transmissions Chevrolet number 60, Tommy Beck. Beck with 1 feature victory this season, and he pulls Frisbee number 3. Tommy Beck will start from the inside of row number 2. Next up from Lebanon, Pennsylvania, regular competitor at the Jennerstown Speedway and on the Mara Tour, the driver of car number 59 is Kyle Martell. Martell draws Frisbee number 6. Kyle Martell from Lebanon, Pennsylvania will start from the outside of row 3. Next up to draw will be 3-time Motordrome Speedway champion, currently second in the Mara Championship Series point standings, the Dunbar Dominator, Rick Miller. He draws Frisbee number 8. Rick Miller will start from the outside of row number 4 in the Roberto Clemente Jr. Foundation, Brooks Automotive Group, Bellevue chassis number 21. Next up will be the New York Invader in the Metro Bank number 99, T.J. Johnson. Johnson from South Wales, New York, draws Frisbee number 11. T.J. Johnson will start from the inside of row number 6 in car 99. Next up will be 2-time Motordrome champion with 3 wins to his credit this season, the Stone and Company, Lint Flooring, Megan Ford, Palagrudo Motorsports number 95 of Gary Wiltrout. Gary Wiltrout draws Frisbee number 5. Somerset, Pennsylvania's Gary Wiltrout will start from the inside of row number 3, driving car 95. Up next, the current points leader of the Mara Championship Series and defending Tour champion with 1 win at Motordrome this season from Sharpsville, Pennsylvania, Will Thomas. Thomas draws Frisbee number 2. Will Thomas in the Colonial Metal Products PI&I number 9 Chevrolet will start from outside row number 1. Up next will be from Greensburg, Pennsylvania, driver of the Penn West Toyota Lift, Massey Toyota Camry number 1, Steve Black. Steve Black draws the pole position. Frisbee number 1 goes to car number 1. Greensburg veteran Steve Black, the successful graduate of the truck division here at Motordrome Speedway. Up next in car 98 from Acme, Pennsylvania with 2 wins this season at Motordrome, Neil Brown. Neil Brown draws Frisbee number 7. The 98 machine, the Nagy Sunoco Carry All Products 98 car. And Neil Brown tosses that Frisbee to the sky. Next to draw will be the driver from Hubbard, Ohio, the son of a former Motordrome Speedway track champion, in car 32, Glenn Galt Jr. Glenn Galt Jr. draws Frisbee number 10. The Snow King aluminum roof systems, Galt Heating number 32 will start from the outside of row number 5. Next up to draw, making his second Motordrome Speedway start of the season, from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Matt Barnt. He draws Frisbee number 4. Matt Barnt in car 55 will start from the outside of row number 2. And 2-time Motordrome Speedway champion from McKeesport, Pennsylvania, Mark Catone, draws Frisbee number 9, the only one remaining. And car number 31 will start from the inside of row number 5. Steve Black and Will Thomas lead the field to the green. Napa Auto Parts honorary starter waving the flag to send the 2007 Napa Auto Parts 100 for the Mara Championship Series up to full speed. Will Thomas in car 9 takes the lead on the back straight from Steve Black. Tommy Beck slides beneath Black to take over the second position. Gary Wiltrout in 95, door to door with Steve Black in the 1. 2 by 2 all the way back through the field. Will Thomas, the points leader for the Mara Championship Tour, leads lap number 1. He and Tommy Beck with about a 7-car length advantage over Gary Wiltrout in 3rd. Neil Brown up to 4th now. Problem in turns 1 and 2. Sean Pilla spins off the front bumper of the 69 of Dave Merrow. Caution flag waves for the 5 of Sean Pilla. Pilla is having his career best season in 2007. The Connellsville, Pennsylvania driver may have had some help. And with 1 lap completed, we will score the next 3 circuits into the record books under caution. The top 5. Green flag back out. Challenge for 4th place. Neil Brown moves to the inside of Steve Black. Neil Brown takes over the 4th position, and a lead challenge on the front straightaway. Tommy Beck in the stands transmissions number 60. Just inches ahead of Will Thomas, officially at the scoring line, taking the point position on lap 5, and quickly opens up a 4 or 5 car length advantage over Thomas. Thomas, the series points leader, into 2nd. Gary Wiltrout in 3rd. Wiltrout, a 3-time winner at Motordrome this season. Just like he did in his heat race, in the middle of the pack, the 59 of Kyle Martell is making the high side of the speedway fast. Martel passing the 31 of two-time track champion Mark Catone. And Martel could be the man on the move, working lap number 7. Watching the mid-pack action as Tommy Beck runs away with the lead at this point. Martel settles in behind the 55 of Matt Barn. Barn in 7th position. And Martel closing quickly, looking to move the 59 machine back up to the high side of the speedway. From Lebanon, Pennsylvania, Kyle Martel, the man on the move, mid-pack. Barnes in the 55 to the inside. Two drivers from Eastern Pennsylvania duking it out. Working lap number 9, they are both closing in on Steve Black. Martel inches ahead of Matt Barnes' 55 car, now completes that pass and quickly moves to the outside of Steve Black. 3 wide on the front straight is this battle. Barn backs off and lets Black have the position as Kyle Martel sets sail in the high lane. Following Martel through the field, it's Rick Miller in car 21. 3 wide action in turns 3 and 4. A dangerous lap through turns 3 and 4. Green flag stays out. Excellent maneuvering by all those drivers with too many cars in one spot. Working lap number 11, Rick Miller has now passed Steve Black and TJ Johnson. Bobby Henry, the former event winner, right there with Glenn Galt Jr. in this heated action in the middle of the pack. Working lap number 12, leader is Tommy Beck by about a third of a straightaway over Will Thomas. Then 3 or 4 car lengths back to Neil Brown's 98. Then it's the 95 of Gary Wiltrout and the 59 of Kyle Martel in 5th position. Contact in the battle for 2nd position. Neil Brown in the 98. Diving to the inside, Will Thomas in the 9 tries to close the door on him. They made contact in turn 2, but Brown completes the pass for 3rd position. The top 4 drivers on the speedway have all been in victory lane at Motordrome this season, but on the back straight, Sean Pilla stops to bring out the caution flag at the entrance to pit road on the back straight in car 5. In turn number 4, Tommy Beck jumps on the loud pedal. He leads Neil Brown, Will Thomas, Gary Wiltrout, and Kyle Martel. Working lap number 17, Vince Motorsports, car number 60, driven by Tommy Beck, is out in front. Back in 2005, Vince Motorsports won the Napa Auto Parts 100 with Gary Wiltrout behind the wheel of car 60. Wiltrout sits 4th in this field. Top 4 drivers in the running order, all Motordrome winners in 2007. Kyle Martel in 5th, the Jennerstown winner this season. Challenge for 6th position now. On lap 19, Mark Catone in car 31 from McKeesport, PA. Looking to the inside of Eastern Pennsylvania's Matt Barn, the young driver, a regular competitor at Jennerstown Speedway. Just behind them, arch rivals battling. Rick Miller in the 21 and Bobby Henry in the 11. Headed into turn number 2, watching 2 rows of cars 2 wide. Mark Catone on the inside, Matt Barn on the outside. And on lap 21, Catone inches ahead with that position. Here comes 3-time champ Rick Miller. In the Brooks Automotive Group, Roberto Clemente Jr. Foundation number 21. Following him is current points leader, the Stone & Company Ford of Bobby Henry, number 11, as Barn loses 3 positions in 2 laps. George Scora, second generation New York driver, will be next to challenge Barn's 55 car. Headed into turn number 3, a battle for 4th is developing between the 95 of Gary Wiltrout and the 59 of Kyle Martel. Martel may have advanced more positions in this field in the first 24 laps than any other driver, but Wiltrout advances another 2 or 3 car lengths away from the front bumper of the 59 car. Bill Catania's 18 car going a lap down now. And in turn number 1, side by side, Bobby Henry's 11 and Rick Miller's 21 car. Miller, a loyal traveler with the Mara Series this season and last in car 21. Henry, the points leader here at Motordrome, and Catania's number 18 car will throw a pick to the benefit of Rick Miller. 3 wide on the front straight, never a good idea. Henry allows Miller to maintain position on lap 26. Just in front of Mark Catone's 31, in turn 4, Kyle Martel has completed the pass of Gary Wiltrout. Martel's march to the front continues. He is now in the 4th position. Working lap 28 of the Napa Auto Parts 100. Tommy Beck with nearly a half straightaway lead over Neil Brown in 2nd. Will Thomas in 3rd, Kyle Martel in 4th, Gary Wiltrout in 5th. First car withdraws from competition. Bill Catania's direct by Dodge number 18. The first car out for the evening as he pulls pit side on lap 29. Leader Tommy Beck in car number 60 has taken the lead in several recent feature events, only to have an electrical problem shut down the crate engine under the hood of that machine. Several times this season he has passed more cars than anybody else, only to retire early from the event. Last Friday night in our regular 35-lap NASCAR feature, Beck took the checkered flag only to be disqualified for a rear suspension part violation. 60 car appears at this point to be the class of the field, as it's now almost a full straightaway back to the 2nd place car of Neil Brown, who's feeling the pressure of Will Thomas. Brown and Thomas moving around the lapped car number 20 of John McClurg. Brown able to gain 4 or 5 car lengths by moving around the 20 car on a straightaway. Thomas held up just a bit. Behind Thomas, it's Kyle Martel in 59, and we got a caution flag. A spin below the Motordrome Speedway sign on the back straight to the inside wall. Andrew Wiley's 84 car brings out the caution on lap 33. Andrew Wiley from Salzburg, Pennsylvania spins the McDonald's 84 Lumber, car number 84. Nearly contact in the battle for 4th. Martel and Wiltrout slugging it out for that position on lap number 37. Just behind Bobby Henry in 6th. The battle for 7th finds Rick Miller in the 21, moving to the outside of Catone's 31. 5 Motordrome track championships among those 2 drivers fighting for 7th position. And Rick Miller takes the spot away from Catone. Just in front of him, a 3-car battle with Henry, Wiltrout, and Martel. Wiltrout door to door with Martel now, out of turn 4, side by side on the front straight. Martel holds on to 4th position officially by a fender on lap 39. And just in front of them, 2nd place battle rages on. Will Thomas diving to the inside of Neil Brown. Brown took that spot away from Thomas about 15 laps ago, and Thomas with a resurgence up to second again. Wiltrout in the 95 lays claim to the 4th spot, so he and Martell have traded that position. Martell with a slight bobble allows Bobby Henry to crack the top 5 in car 11. For the first time all night, Martell going backwards 2 positions. Now he's got Rick Miller's 21 car hot on his heels. Working lap number 41 of the Napa 100. Best action on the speedway is the battle for 4th. Teammates Gary Wiltrout and Bobby Henry swapping top 5 positions with Kyle Martell right there, as is Rick Miller. Martell's car looks to be losing the handle just a bit, although he passes Wiltrout in the 95. That car exiting the turns just a little less stable now. The 59 of Martell with his hands full racing inside the top 5. Rick Miller in car 21. The Roberto Clemente Jr. entry by a fender takes a spot away from Wiltrout. Working lap number 43, Wiltrout, the 2002 Motordrome champion. Rick Miller, the 2003, 4, and 5 Motordrome champion. Second in the Mara Series points tonight. Takes the spot away from Wiltrout on the front straight. Heated action throughout the top 5, allowing leader Tommy Beck to pull away from this field once again. Second position, Will Thomas in car 9, the PI&I Colonial Metal Products Chevrolet. Neil Brown in the 98, team car to Sean Pilla in the 3rd position. Bobby Henry up to 4th in the Megan Ford number 11. Kyle Martell back to 5th. Wiltrout losing 2 positions since the restart. Rick Miller in car 21 holding 6th. Wiltrout 7th, Mark Catone in 8th. Working lap number 48, leader Tommy Beck on the back straightaway, soon to be approaching lapped traffic. And as he begins on the front straight to work lap 49, he will see the crossed flags next time past the starter stand, the signal for halfway through the Napa Auto Parts 100. As Beck approaches the lap car of Sean Pilla, whose teammate currently rides in 3rd position. Beck at the start-finish line, leading lap number 50. Nearly a straightaway behind, it's Will Thomas. Neil Brown very close in 3rd position. Bobby Henry in the 11 car, slowly gaining on 2nd and 3rd place cars. Kyle Martell settled into the 5th position. Rick Miller 7th. Gary Wiltrout in the 8th spot. Mark Catone in 9th. 69 car of Dave Merrow completing the top 10. Merrow, a solid top 5 performer all throughout 2007 here at Motordrome. Sean Pilla returns to pit lane. The 18 of Catania out of competition. The 84 of Andrew Wiley heavily damaged out of competition. Sean Pilla retires. Meanwhile, after 2 pit stops, Glenn Galt Jr. climbing back up through the field. In turn number 4, Galt Jr. has just taken a position away from Todd Price in the 15 car. We're working lap number 53. Leader in heavy lap traffic on the front straight. He moves around McClurg in the 20 and Weller in the 23 with mild damage. Battle developing on the speedway just in front of the top 5, a spin in turn 3. Neil Brown with an excellent save through the grass with car 98 after the 20 of McClurg and the 23 of Weller came together. Jimmy Weller III, the Hubbard, Ohio driver, involved in this caution flag incident after contact from New York's John McClurg in car 20. Everyone else on the speedway, a clean lead lap automobile as the green flag waves for Tommy Beck, Will Thomas, Neil Brown, Bobby Henry, and Kyle Martell in 5th. Jumps back to the high side that he has made so successful tonight. That opens the inside lane for Rick Miller in car 21. Following Miller to the bottom of Martell, it's Gary Wiltrout in 95. And at the scoring line, officially working lap number 59, Rick Miller finds himself in the top 5. Two of the top 3 drivers in Mara Series points are in the top 5 right now. Rick Miller coming into tonight 5 points back from defending champion Will Thomas in the 9. Thomas is second on the speedway, first in the championship chase. With 40 laps to go, Bobby Henry had been closing quickly on the 98 of Neil Brown. Could be a battle for 3rd. Meanwhile, the 6th position fight is door-to-door on the front straight. Wiltrout in 95 and Martell in 59. Martell's car is showing signs of outside wall contact. White rims on the passenger side of the 59 car indicating that Martell possibly has gotten into the outside retaining wall at some point tonight. Martell's machine wobbling down the front straight on lap 62. Yet he is nearly able to fend off the 3-time winner this season, Gary Wiltrout. Bobby Henry with a sliding pass attempt in turn 4, trying to take 3rd position away from Neil Brown's 98, working lap 64, and Henry went into a 4-wheel drift out of turn 4 that time, fighting for 3rd position with his arch rival Rick Miller in the rearview mirror in 5th. Henry, the Motordrome points leader, challenging Neil Brown on lap 65. They are nearly side by side on the back straight. Brown, a 2-time Motordrome winner. Henry, a 3-time Motordrome winner. Henry, the most recent Mara Series victor here at Motordrome, door to door in a dead heat for 3rd position at the start-finish line. Neil Brown battling back on the outside after 2 years of dirt track late model competition. Brown returned to Motordrome's pavement this season. He scored 2 wins and has had a couple of frightening crashes on the year, but able to fend off points leader Bobby Henry with Rick Miller close in tow in car 21. Miller making only occasional starts at Motordrome this year, following the Mara Championship Series. As Henry and Brown nearly make contact, working lap 68. Brown holds off Henry for the moment as Tommy Beck still holding a tremendous lead over Will Thomas. Turn 4, once again, Henry has his best shot at 3rd and maintains the low line through turn 1 this time. Neil Brown, like a rocket ship off of turn 2 each lap, able to halt the progress of Henry through this field. This time it's Brown who gets a little sideways in turn 4. Still, on lap 70, maintains a couple of inches over Henry to be scored officially in 3rd position. Best battle on the speedway is for 3rd. Henry with another 4-wheel drift. Henry much better into the corners. Neil Brown much better off the corners. And it's creating a dead heat as Rick Miller and Gary Wiltrout have now closed the distance between themselves, watching this fight for 3rd. 15 of Todd Price heads pit side. Bobby Henry with a major miscue avoided contact with Neil Brown by diving to the inside, which slowed him dramatically. Brown now in sole possession of third with Rick Miller up to fourth. Bobby Henry still weaving in turn 4. Perhaps Henry with a tire going down or a handling problem on the 11. He did everything in his power to avoid sideswiping the 98 of Brown. And now Henry's car ill handling as he drops behind his teammate Will Trout. "25 laps remaining in the Napa Auto Parts 100. Leader Tommy Beck with just over half a straightaway of a margin between himself and the 9 of Will Thomas. Battle resuming for third as Neil Brown fought off Bobby Henry, only to face the advances now of Rick Miller in car 21. Miller very close to Brown in turn 4. These two drivers were the leading feature winners in 2004 and 2005 at Motordrome Speedway. Miller diving to the inside of Brown and taking away the position. Jimmy Weller, the third, the lapped car in front of this group. Brown trying to fight back. Gary Wiltrout right there, the next one to challenge Brown. Larry Bhajana out of competition now, and Dave Merrow pulls out in car 69. Heartbreaking situation for the Wall, Pennsylvania driver. Working lap number 79, and Rick Miller is pulling away from Neil Brown. All by himself now in third position as Brown has the Palagrudo teammates of Wiltrout and Henry nipping at his heels. Tommy Beck's lead over the field a straightaway now. Series events this season, Will Thomas has finished no worse than 5th. He is second to Tommy Beck by a straightaway, and his championship nemesis Rick Miller is 1 position behind him on lap 82. 3 cars now fighting for 4th position. Neil Brown in 98, Gary Wiltrout 95, and Bobby Henry in 11. Wiltrout looking to the inside. The 3 most dominant winners at Motordrome Speedway this season are locked in a fight for 4th on lap 83. Wiltrout moves Neil Brown out of the inside lane, and that clears the way for his teammate Bobby Henry. Henry lost 3 positions with 1 miscue, but seems to be back up to full song now in car 11. Brown losing 2 positions in 2 laps in car 98. On lap 84, it would appear that no one has a challenge for leader Tommy Beck in the Stans Transmissions number 60 car. Laps remaining. Working lap number 87. Best battle on the speedway. It's between the teammates of Palagrudo Racing for fourth, headed down the back straightaway. The 20 of McClurg, the lapped car. Wiltrout in 95, holding on to fourth, Henry in fifth. And Kyle Martell is off the pace in turn 4 in car 59. An outstanding run for the Lebanon, Pennsylvania driver coming to an end with steam pouring out the overflow of car 59. Green flag back out on lap 87 of the Napa Auto Parts 100. Has Will Thomas been saving his tires to challenge Tommy Beck in the late going? Does Rick Miller have enough left in that 21 machine after powering from middle of the pack to third? Questions to be answered in these final 12 laps. Leader Tommy Beck in car 60 has never won a 100-lap feature. And now the signal is given that he is 10 laps away from victory in the Napa Auto Parts 100. Beck is a dirt track late model racer on Saturday nights at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. A former Jennerstown Speedway champion. In car number 60, out in front of Will Thomas, not opening up such a big lead this time under green. Rick Miller third with Gary Wiltrout closing in that battle. Working lap number 92, and the lead interval remains constant at about 8 or 9 car lengths. Rick Miller has pulled away just a bit from Gary Wiltrout, whose teammate Bobby Henry is closing the distance. Neil Brown in 6th, Mark Catone in 7th, Glenn Galt Jr. in 8th with a tremendous run from the back. Caution flag on lap 94. Matt Barnes spins to the inside of the back straight, entering turn number 3. Matt Barnes in car 55, the Galaxy Motors Junkyard Dog Racing entry. Regular competitor at the Jennerstown Speedway spins on the back straight to bring out this caution with 6 laps to go. Tommy Beck takes the green flag with 6 laps remaining in the Napa Auto Parts 100. Battle for second on the Speedway could be the battle for first place in Mara point standings. Will Thomas in car 9 and Rick Miller in car 21. Just 5 laps to go. Single file into turns 3 and 4. Tommy Beck is opening up his lead margin over Will Thomas in car 9. 3 laps remaining. The Stans Transmissions Chevrolet number 60. Victorious in 2005 as then driver for Vince Motorsports Gary Wiltrout held off Richard Mitchell for the victory. Now with driver Tommy Beck on board, the signal of 2 laps to go is given. Beck, the former modified ace on both dirt and paved ovals in western Pennsylvania, a former champion of the modified triathlon series, and a former champion of the Jennerstown Speedway in NASCAR Super Late Models, taking the white flag This could be a career biggest victory for the driver from Murraysville, Pennsylvania. Vince Motorsports headed back to victory lane in the Napa Auto Parts 100 as the 2007 running belongs to Tommy Beck. He takes the checkered flag over Will Thomas, Rick Miller, Gary Wiltrout, and Bobby Henry completing the top 5. Finishing 4th in car 95, Gary Wiltrout. Finishing 3rd in car 21, Rick Miller. Finishing 2nd in car 9, Will Thomas. And winning the 2007 Napa Auto Parts 100, ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Beck. Tommy, 1 week ago, we stood here in Victory Lane and talked to you. We played your interview on the radio last week, and I explained to fans the disqualification, but you guys had to be happy that the other major problem was already worked out in this machine.
Oh yeah, thing ran great tonight. I mean, I guess if we didn't have that pole bar on last week, we'd still be half a second quicker than everybody, huh?
This car was outdistancing the field the entire time. You had to make a couple of passes to get to the front. Did you do any tire management behind the wheel? Because as fast as you were racing throughout the event, it looked like you couldn't have been saving much.
As far as going in and coming off, not that hard. I just easy on the throttle, easy back off. I had some time to play a little bit, so.
So you're saying that if someone had caught up to you, this Vince Motorsports entry had even more than what you showed here tonight?
That I don't know. I guess we'll never know.
Is this your first 100-lap feature victory?
Yeah, I think the most we won was a 75 back with our own car. I think the second year we ran late models, we won the Agway 75, but first 100-lapper.
And talk about your relationship with Vince Motorsports, because I know last season you had a family-owned operation, was a little tight on money, and here you are now with top-notch equipment outrunning the field.
Oh yeah, everything's good. Sorry for sitting down. Us big guys can't take these 100 laps, but no, we got great equipment. I mean, it's good and it's bad. Unfortunately, a lot of asphalt racing is equipment. We struggled with our own stuff for a couple years. Had a real good season at Jennerstown and struggled last year. And I mean, I can't say enough about the Benz bunch. I mean, anytime something goes wrong, they're quick to fix it, and then you always know it's right.
And a chance to thank your sponsors for this Napa Auto Parts 100 victory.
I got to thank Stan's Transmissions. I got to thank my mom, my dad, the rest of the crew, everybody else, Jamie. I'm trying to think. Everybody else that's on the car. I can't really pick everybody out right now. But no, just thanks anybody that helped us out. I mean, anybody that cheers for us. I like to thank the fans for coming out on a night like tonight. It's great to see Motordrome starting to get full again. I really appreciate everybody coming out and giving us somebody to put on a show for.
And he put on a show tonight, an exhausted Tommy Beck after his first victory in the Napa Auto Parts 100.